Wizard.
Ain't telling you real. I just really can't tell.
Where's it at? You heard me? Where you at?
Yo, man, today we are in Hollywood, California. Hollering at my partner, Erron Jay. Somebody I feel like you guys would benefit from a cool little interview with. So he welcomed me into his home. We sat down and talked about sneakers, life, second chances, and overall, the theme of our conversation was love. So this is a special episode, man. I want y'all to check this out, YouTube. Show me some love, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Wizard Wop, back again with a special guest today, man. My man Erron Jay,
Blah.
HypebeastKC family for sure, man. So if you're watching, you part of the HypebeastKC family, just know this one is for you, man. This is definitely for you. Make sure you subscribe to the page if you haven't subscribed. Please leave a like on this video if you like this content. You like some of the things that we're gonna show you, man. Make sure you leave a comment, holler at me. I appreciate that feedback. I appreciate
What
that
they
love.
say, click below.
Click below.
Like, I don't know why everybody does that. I feel like we're supposed to do that. Like, click below.
Click
right
below.
Here. Yeah.
For sure, click below. So, I'm out here on the West Coast, out here in sunny Hollywood, California. I figured it'd be no better person to hook up with than my man Erron Jay. So just off of the love and the love that I see him share, and the love that I see him get, and the love that I see him show other people in the HypebeastKC group, I actually thought he was in KC. All the love he's showing, you know what I mean? He's all the way out here on the West Coast. So I just want to touch down with him, man. We're gonna pick his brain a little bit, man. We're gonna get into some of his history. Of course, we're gonna talk about some sneakers. He has an amazing collection here behind us. And so again, man, HypebeastKC family, this is for you. So man, again, thank you so much, brother, for allowing me to come into your beautiful home here, man, and have this conversation with you. I think this is gonna be a good piece, man. It's important to a lot of people. So
With the Wizard.
So the first thing I want to talk about, man, is something that I saw you doing recently in the Hypebeast group. It was a campaign you were doing, Smile. I think it was something like Smile Every Day, or
Get These Smiles.
Get These Smiles, man.
Yeah, man.
So tell us. I think that's things like that, man. It's great. You never know how somebody's feeling. You know, when they wake up each morning, and I think when they see stuff like that come across their timeline in today's society, what we take in is very important, and I think it's a lot of mess on social media if you take that in. So I think that's important for somebody to scroll and see, and for you to get the smiles. You know what I mean? So talk to us a little bit about what made you start that, and why that's important to you.
Man, it's like you just said, like there's so much to consume right now, right? And I feel like 80% of the stuff we consume on social media, on the news, in our personal lives, at your workplaces, it's all negative. Like, it's so much negativity. And so the reason why I had this idea to do Get These Smiles campaign was after the slap heard around the world. Because literally it was everywhere that night. That Sunday night, I'm an actor, so I was watching the Oscars, of course. It was all just negative. Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada Pinkett, Chris, and I was like, oh man, this is gonna take over our lives like Kanye and Kim and Pete Davidson did. It's gonna take over our lives like, Rihanna being pregnant and then, possibly getting cheated on. It's gonna take over our lives like Jay, Beyonce, and Solange in the elevator. I'm just like, yo, but there's so much more in life, right? So I'm just gonna try to put positivity out in the midst of everything else, and just share a smile. It's free. It takes me 10 seconds to do that every day. Post a picture with a smile in it. Cause I smile on a lot of my pictures anyway.
For sure,
You know. And I was like, maybe somebody will scroll past and be like, maybe they won't repost and join the campaign, but maybe they'll get something out of it. Right?
Yeah, and it inspires other people to do it or do things like that. So, real quick, man, just give them one of them smiles real quick, man. Yeah, so that's what's up. That's what's up. Another thing I want to talk about, man, obviously I know you are an Air Max guy. You know what I mean? So I wore Air Maxes today, you know, just so I
Appreciate
to make
that.
sure when I stepped on these
All the
floors,
love, yeah.
I stepped on them right. Just real quick on a random question, man, I think would be fun. Out of all of your Air Maxes, you got a nice collection back here. What is your your favorite Air Max that you have here in your collection?
Favorite Air Max.
10 seconds. I know it's hard, so we give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8,
Okay.
7,
The denim.
6. Okay, boom.
Yeah. Denham or Denham, Denim. I'm not sure how you say.
it's-
I'm not sure you say his name. But like, you know why these are so special, right? So they didn't drop these on sneakers. They dropped these on the Nike app,
I remember that.
right?
I
And
do
so a
remember
lot of
that.
people missed them. I happened to be up that morning, just going through Nike through the app, which I rarely do for some reason. And I was like, wait, go back, and these popped up, and I was like, $300. I was like, these supposed to be on sneakers for $300.
Yeah.
I was like, but no, I said they were coming out the next day. I was like, I'm gonna set an alarm. Bro, I got them so easy.
I mean,
This is the
you know,
easiest cup I ever got.
they're doing a lot more of that too, like just crazy drops on the Nike app.
Right.
Like, sometimes random, sometimes they'll give you a heads up, but you are seeing a lot more of that.
And the
That's
quality on
crazy.
these
I
is
like the quality. You got some
bonkers.
text on the inside.
The denim is crazy
Denim.
on these.
The jean maker. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'll give you some B-roll of that. That's important. Yeah, the quality is there.
It's like probably, I think, one of the better made Air Maxes I've ever owned, for sure.
And it's wearable.
It's very wearable. Every time I post it and tag him, he always likes it and repost it.
Oh, that's what's up.
So he's definitely, still
In
about the
touch.
people.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably my favorite Air Max. All
That's
time.
crazy,
Yeah.
man. You got a good variety. I thought maybe you would go for,
I wanted these for a long time.
This is fun.
Like, yeah, I love all the
You know what I
animals.
mean? So, yeah, you got a crazy collection back here, bro. You touched on it earlier. You are an actor. And I don't think a lot of people really know that you get busy. You get busy, man, and you've graced a lot of screens. You've done a lot of work. I watched. I tapped in, watched a montage of some of your creds. What's your favorite acting job of all time, and why?
I would probably have to say is the one that kind of got me into sneakers. So I did this AT&T commercial back in 2010. It was called Flyer, right? It's commercial of the year. We won awards. Like, it was a crazy commercial. It was a crazy campaign. Me and RJ Smith.
We'll post a link to this commercial too down below.
What up, RJ?
What's up, RJ Smith? Shout out RJ Smith.
So I remember walking into wardrobe, right? And walking in the wardrobe, and usually when you walk in the wardrobe, it's like, you get like a rack of clothes, and then it'll be like 3 pairs of shoes. But for this commercial, because it was called Flyer, it was like the swaggiest commercial I think has ever been produced by any brand. I walk into wardrobe. Me and RJ both had different wardrobe rooms, and it was like clothes, right? And I looked down. It was probably 100 pair of sneakers. It was more sneakers than I'd ever seen, like in person, in front of me. And I was like, what is happening? I was like, hey, I get to wear any of these in the commercial, right? They was like, pick any one, whatever you want to wear.
They got that budget.
Because it's AT&T.
Yeah, it's AT&T.
Right?
Sure.
And I was like, I was seeing shoes I'd never seen before in my life. Still haven't seen since. It was crazy. And so, but what's funny about the spot, all the sneakers that I wore in the spot, you never saw my feet. You only saw RJ's feet.
I know that. I noticed that. But I was going to ask you, what shoes did you actually pick to wear? Do you remember?
I do. So I picked the 11 Breads. They had a pair of those in my size there. Those are the first shoes I ever bought with my own money back in high school. Just for feet. Remember, just for feet.
Yeah.
Let me go, hey, Mom, take me to just feet. I'm trying to hoop with the cats. That's what the hoopers with.
I remember they had that big Shaq shoe in there.
Oh, yep,
so
right
I
at the
remember
front.
Just for feet, for sure. I'm old enough to
So I wore the
remember that.
Breads. I wore, they had a pair of the Anthony Hardaway, the Penny Ones. I picked those. And then they had a pair of red OG Air Max 1s with a big bubble. Where they got these shoes at? Because this is before, this is 2010. This is before GOAT. This is before StockX.
Yeah.
This is before all these things. So, like, I don't know where they sourced them at. This is before Stadium Club. This is for all of them places.
Yeah.
So I have no idea where they got all these shoes.
It's kind of before the game went crazy.
Yeah.
It's like resale.
I would say like 3 years prior to, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Definitely gonna leave a link to that. Somebody shared that in the group. And
Calhoun.
Calhoun shared it. Shout out to Calhoun. So he shared that in the group. I'm like, oh, okay, so homie gets down with the acting. But even still after that, like I said, I really want to just come and touch base with you just based off of the love. I think love is a good foundation to start with, you know what I mean? And just off of the love that you share. Seemed like we knew each other kind of before I even made my way out here.
Sure, yeah.
So after I talked to you about sitting down, I kind of did a little more research. And the one gig that I gotta ask you about is, how did it feel to actually play the late great notorious B.I.G.?
Oh man.
Now let me, if I'm not mistaken, before you get into that was for, like, was that a VH1
VH1.
VH1 docu-series.
But as a story of how I got that prior to VH1.
Okay, let's hear it, man. Let's get into it.
Fox Searchlight put out this huge campaign trying to find Biggie, right, for their movie, right? I was in Chicago at the time. I just finished grad school at DePaul I got my master's in acting. And my agent was like, is this something that you're interested in? I was like, what is it? So she sent it to me. I was like, playing Biggie?
Yeah.
Yes. Straight out of school?
Sure.
Yes. So they was like, well, it's not an official audition yet. You have to submit your own tape online. They had this like online search. They put up sides, which is like, pretty much a script that you audition with, right? They put that up. They gave instructions. You were supposed to freestyle. I'm not a rapper. That part. You're supposed to freestyle, do these sides, and then you're supposed to do like some type of introduction as Biggie, right? So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So I call up one of my homies, Noah Christopher, and he's a filmmaker in Chicago. Shout out to Noah.
Shout out Noah.
I was like, hey man, let's do this, right? So I bought a white suit. I'll try to find my audition.
Hypnotize video.
I'll try to find my audition and send it to you, so you maybe can post like a clip of that too.
Please do.
I know I got it somewhere.
Please do that for the Hypebeast family.
But just don't post the freestyle part, cause it's garbage.
Like that.
It's garbage. So I did that, right? And my agent called and was like, they loved it, right? Like millions of big dudes around the world submitting.
Wow.
It's like they loved it. They're bringing 3 of you guys to California. I was like, oh, okay. I've only been in California one time prior to that. I was like, bet. And so got a ticket, got on the plane, flew to California, got my sides for that audition. It was 11 pages, I remember. Maybe 12 hours before.
And now, for people who may not be aware, when you say you got your sides and it was 11 pages, is that like a crazy amount? Is that standard?
Amount. That's a crazy amount.
It's a crazy amount for the amount of time, especially that you
12 hours.
Okay.
You're talking about memorizing and being off book.
Okay.
For an audition, so putting all
for an audition.
All 11 pages to memory in 12 hours.
Okay.
Crazy to think about, right? On top of that, I had to learn Juicy, because you had to rap Juicy at the audition. And I was like, damn, I don't know the words to Juicy. like I like Biggie. I love Biggie growing up, but I was an R&B cat. So like in my friend group, like Lester loved Bone Thugs, Billy loved Biggie, but I was like Blackstreet Boys to me, and like I was the R&B cat in the group, right? And I was like, all right, I gotta learn Juicy. So on the plane, I have my headphones on, and I'm learning Juicy, right? On the plane, just rapping it out loud on the plane, like trying to whisper and be quiet. Land in California. Next morning I wake up, a car picked me up at my hotel room, drove me to Fox. I'm on the Fox lot. I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, okay, I'm here, right? I'm here. Like, this is it. That was the moment I knew that I had to move to LA. I was like, I gotta live here, right?
Yeah.
So I get on set, and everything, you know how things just start working out, right? You feel like, oh, this is my day. This is it. So I'm on set, and like, Fox lot is huge. Imagine, I don't even know how to put it. Like, imagine like 3-4 banners to malls put together. Wow. right? So it's huge. So you like, from where I entered to where the audition was like on the other side of the lot. So I start walking, and I hear my name, Erron. I turn around, it's my boy Chris Anderson that I went to college with down in Springfield at Missouri State. I was like, Chris, what are you doing here? He's in a golf cart. He's like, I work in production here.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, what are you doing? I was like, having an audition. I'm walking to the other side of the light. He's like, get on. So I'm like, bet. So we roll up to the door of the audition in a golf cart. I get out. Everybody's like, who's this?
We roll up on the golf cart.
You know, right? Like
with
right.
staff.
Right, right. So I hop out. I'm in the waiting room with Sean Kingston and Gravy. Gravy is the dude that ended up actually getting the role, right?
Yeah.
I'm not knowing who's in the room other than the casting director, Twinkie Bird. Shout out to Twinkie Bird. I'm still doing it, Twinkie. So if you got something coming up, hit your boy up.
Shout out Twinkie. I like the name.
Yeah. Black casting director in California. Not many of them. So.
Well, shout out Twinkie for sure. I like the name and what you're doing. Keep doing it.
So I go in. So my turn. Go in. So in the room is Twinkie Bird, Biggie's mom,
Wow.
and Diddy.
Ooh.
So here's where the turn for the worst comes though. So I told you guys I memorized these 11 pages, right? Because in Chicago, so every, like New York, Chicago, LA, actors are different. They're trained differently, right? I'm trained in Chicago. In Chicago, you're all booked for auditions. There's no excuses not to be off book. New York, similar. LA, you're not apparently. Remember, it's my first time in LA, so I don't have my sides in my hand. No papers in my hand. I just go in. I'm ready to rock. Diddy goes, hold up, where your sides at? And I was like, huh? Your script. I was like, oh no, I'm good. I don't need it. He's like, oh fuck that. I was like, okay. He's like, hey, get this nigga a script, right? So a girl gets up from behind the camera that was just, working with him, runs out, gets me a script. I take it, I literally roll it up. He's like, you ain't gonna use it? I said, no, sir, I don't need it. He was like, mess up then. Like daring me to mess up.
He thinking you being like on some cocky, like
exactly.
I don't need it, but
right.
that is not how you were trained to read.
Right. So do the audition, right? Killed it. Rap juicy. The only one at first verse. Killed the first verse. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper, heavy D up in the limousine. Like the whole first verse, right? Killed it. So then we're doing like a little talking afterwards, and then Twinkie goes, wait, you're the guy that came from Chicago. I was like, yes, ma'am. And she turns to Diddy and was like, that makes sense. They're trained differently in Chicago because it's a theater city. So in Chicago, they're all booked for auditions. Diddy goes, okay. I respect that. He didn't apologize for being rude as shit. He did not apologize. But I was like, okay. And then Biggie's mom goes, she's like, oh, you are really good. You're too attractive. And I was like, what? I was like, is she saying that I'm not ugly enough to play Biggie? Like, you can't call your dead son ugly, like. And I was like, oh, okay. But she was like, but no, it was a good job. Thank you for coming, right? So I leave out, and I'm feeling good though.
Yeah. I
got this audition for a black casting director, Biggie's mom, and Diddy.
Yeah, crazy.
Right? Even if I don't get that, I'm like.
Yeah, that was an experience in
right?
itself.
So I didn't get it. Obviously, Gravy got it. I'm kind of glad I didn't get it. I did not like the film. But I moved out to California almost 10 months later. Right now I'm in LA 3 months. I get a phone call straight to my cell phone, not to my agent, manager, nothing, straight to me. Hey, this is such and such from VH1. We saw your audition tape from your Biggie audition tape for Twinkie Bird. She shared it with us, and we want to know if you want to play Biggie for our VH1 crime scene series. And I was like, oh yeah, when's the audition? She's like, no. We're offering you the role. And I was like a straight offer?
Shout out Twinkie. Twinkie, what's her name?
Twinkie Bird.
Shout out Twinkie.
Shout out Twinkie. Shout out VH1 too.
Shout out VH1.
And I was like, yeah. And so it was a 2-day shoot. I met some lifelong friends on this shoot. Gino Brooks, who's a filmmaker right now, in California, killing the game. I mentioned a lot of names, not to name drop, but I mentioned names. I live by this thing, like
we're gonna give credit,
right? But I live by this thing, and I'll do the same for you, right? That if somebody's not in the room with you, but you love them and respect them, their name should be in the room if it could be in the room.
For sure.
Just like you would want them to put your name in a room that you're not in, right? If that opportunity arises. So that's why I say names a lot. So yeah, I made some lifelong friends. It was a 2-day shoot. It wasn't even really any lines. It was pretty much just reenacting that night that Biggie got shot, right?
Yeah.
And like it was really, I didn't think I'd be really emotionally tied to it, but the way like they did it like step by step, frame by frame, like even down to the 2 girls that were walking by the car at the stoplight, yelling at Biggie. Like they had their, like they found those girls, found out exactly what they said, and those 2 actors that played those 2 girls said those exact same things. So down to the same suit that the dude that shot him, supposedly shot him, in the car next to him had on, like same exact suit, same color, same bow tie texture, same outfit that Biggie had on. Like they made me put cotton balls in my jaws. So if you watch it close, my jaws are kind of a little further out. But yeah, it was really surreal. Like even being on the operating table, right? And they talked about how the bullets, like Biggie's, like was so girthy, and he had so much fat. Like the bullets didn't ever hit organs. But what happened was, when the bullets went in, the fat locked them in, and so they couldn't extract them. So the bullets did damage while they were inside, like stuck inside him. That's what killed him. Like if they would have been able to extract him, or if those bullets went straight through, he'd probably still be here, right? And like I said, yeah, I mean, like, so it took me like a week, maybe 2 weeks after doing that. It was only a 2-day shoot to kind of debrief mentally from that too. Like, just played. I literally just played.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I played somebody, but I was playing them as they were dying.
Yeah.
Right. That's different than playing them as they're alive.
And real quick, how like you said, it's really just reenactments and the way that it was. Just seeing as a viewer, it seems like the way that it was shot, it's a lot of dark and shadowy pieces. Did it feel like that when they were shooting? Did it feel kind of dark or kind of?
It did. So they literally, if you shot it at like 3-4 a.m. in the morning on purpose because they wanted that. And it rained one day, like one of the nights it was raining, and it was like we still shooting. Not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop the shooting. Yeah, like that was their whole aesthetic was, this has to be, you know, like a darkness over this entire thing. Like we're talking about death. Yeah.
And also, how was it trying to try to bring it to the screen, like these feelings and moments? And I know it was a different way to get into that mindset when it, like you said, it wasn't really a lot of words being said. Right. It was all kind of reenactments and
the wardrobe. Like as soon as I got the wardrobe on and they put them gold chains on me and they put the shades on me, like I was like, oh, I'm in it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm in it. Oh yeah, I'm in it. I'm in it now. Like, you know, the black little silk shirt joint. Like I was like, oh, okay, I'm in it. And the club scene that we did. You know, like we had like, you know, these fake like cigars or whatever that still produce smoke, and it had smoke machines, so it felt like we were smoking. It had Biggie's music playing, and it was like a legit party scene. I was like, oh yeah, we in it, like ha, like yo Diddy, you know, like yeah. So it was, I think dope, it was man. Pretty, yeah, it was pretty like surreal, and it was pretty easy to kind of get into it. But it was when you're in it is when you start feeling the emotion. So that helps everything too. Yeah.
I definitely want to touch on that. I thought that was super, super dope, man. You've done a lot of other things, man. I want people to go check that out, man, and do some research on that, man, because that's huge for anybody. But like I said, anybody coming from our city, man, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Now real quick, what I want to do, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff back here behind us. I just want to do real quickly, man. Real quick, what is your favorite non-Jordan shoe? Non-Air Max, non-Jordan shoe.
Favorite non-Air Max, non-Jordan shoe.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Right there. Kobe's.
This one here?
No, one back, one, yeah, closer. Yep.
Boom, okay.
Remember, these were re-released a few years ago.
Let's talk about it.
These are the OGs. So I got these.
Okay.
Let's see. What's the date on these? 2000 and, let's say 8 or 9? 2009?
This is 09.
09. And these are re-released, I believe, like in 2018. So I'm a huge Kobe fan. I don't know if in the B-roll you got
For sure.
Kobe up there.
Definitely.
Another name drop done by Kid Lane out of Kansas City.
Okay.
He does these.
Yeah, that's what's up.
These glass portraits. He played ball at Ruskin.
Shout him out. What's his name?
Kenny. His name is Kenny, but it goes by Kid Lane.
Kid Lane. Shout out Kid
Yep.
Lane, man.
Yep.
You doing your thing.
Huge Kobe fan, man. So I remember when I got these, I was like, oh. And I got it from retail, obviously, because this is before the whole game blew up, right? 2009. And I've literally had these this whole time. But, so, CJ, I call him like my little brother. He lives in Minneapolis, right? So I've always given him stuff. Like when I stop wearing stuff, I'll give it to him, right? Not like a pass me down, but just like, you know, like it's gonna go to good use, right?
For sure.
And he was a basketball coach at the time, and so I sent him these, right? And then like I sent him these like maybe like 5 months before Kobe died. And then Kobe died, right, in 2020, and probably my toughest celebrity death in my lifetime. You hear our parents talk about Marvin Gaye when he died, and they're celebrities, right?
I
And I
cried
thought-
for 2 days, bro.
Imagine being out here, the whole city cried.
Listen, not to interrupt your story. You know, I come out here every year. I think that time we were coming out for my girl's birthday or something. But we already had scheduled a trip out here to come out, and we were scheduled to be out here like maybe a week after his passing. And when I tell you, when we landed here, you could feel it. You could feel a cloud over the city. It was like maybe a week within that next week after his passing.
I mean, because it was the same thing for Nip, but like Nip's cloud lasted maybe like 3 months.
Yeah.
Kobe's cloud is kind of still here, especially in the basketball, especially right now because postseason the Lakers aren't in it. Like you'll hear people talking about like, oh, Kobe would have never let this happen.
Yeah.
Like Kobe would have never not played a game that they could have been eliminated from the postseason.
Yeah.
Like Kobe's
It's tough, man.
in my opinion, the all-time greatest Laker, like then Magic, right? So yeah, so when he died, my little bro in Minneapolis was like, "Hey, I'm sending you something." I was like, "Okay," and he sent these back to me.
That's love, bro.
He sent them back to me because he knew how big of a Kobe fan I was, and I was like, "What?" I mean, you can see them, man. I mean, they're kind of peeling there, and had them re-glued like not too long ago when I was still in KC. By my boy at 50/50 Club, Marcielato.
Shout him out.
If you need your shoes clean or you need a resole, Marcielato 50/50 Club in KC. But yeah, man, so these are probably my favorite non-Jordan, non-Air Max for sure. Like they just mean a lot. Will I ever wear them again? I don't know.
Nice to
Like,
have though, for sure. Shout
I think,
out
yeah.
homie that sent those back.
So
That was
back over there.
love.
Next question.
Next question. Favorite Cool Kai out of your collection? You got a few of them, so I want to shout out Cool Kai because when I'm coming in here, this is my first time actually holding one and seeing one up close, and the quality is there. You know, I'm all about quality. So
I
let's
just
talk
got
about
these at the pop-up this weekend, actually.
Okay.
Cool Kai Carrot collab.
Wow.
Like, they're crazy.
Wow.
So I also didn't. I knew Cool Kai was a brother. I didn't know that Carrot, Anwar from Carrots was a brother too.
Okay, I saw
Yeah,
they
young
just
brother
did some
too.
stuff with like
Crocs.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
Wow, that's what's up.
And Foot Locker and all
So
the
this
stores.
is an all black owned collab right
This is
here.
an all black owned collab. How crazy is that?
Sell midsole. This is crazy right here.
Yeah. So the thing about Kai, right? Like I wanted to support the brother because he's a brother, right? Doing his thing. Young brother too. Like I wasn't doing what he doing at his age. Like I'm assuming he's a millionaire by now, right? So he did a pop-up. I never stand in line for shoes. I don't do it, right? I think it's dumb. No disrespect to anybody that stands in line for shoes, like overnight, right? I woke up, I got there like at 7 o'clock in the morning, opened up at 11:30. I was like, I'm gonna do this. There's only like 1,000 pairs of these. He only dropped these at the pop-up. He's not gonna drop these online. At least that's what he said. And then I got into like a debate with this dude on Instagram. Like, oh, I can't believe y'all standing in line for these shoes. Yada, yada, yada. I got the very first pair of Kais years ago, and you guys are just. I was like, okay, so first thing first.
Gotta love those guys.
You already said you had a pair, so apparently you liked them. What happened? Oh, bad customer service. Like, okay, I get it. So you had a bad experience, which, yeah, that can change how you view something for sure. But that doesn't mean you get to demean anybody else that likes it, right? That's hypocritical. And so he's like, but it's just a Jordan. True. But there's nothing new under the sun. My grandmother used to say that
for sure.
all the time. What this guy is doing is not anything that Sia is not doing. It's not anything that customizers aren't doing. He started out as a customizer. It's not anything that Nike's not doing.
I was about to say, it's not
Nike's been using the same Jordan 1 since '85.
Not even that.
I got a whole rack of them.
You'll see, if you go into a Walmart or a Target, you can see Kanye West's influence in there. You can see Jerry Lorenzo's influence in there. You can see Michael Jordan's influence in there sometimes. It's nothing new under the sun. They are making the sandals like the Yeezy sandals. They are making the shit. So, I can't be mad at this guy for doing it. And he's doing it at a high level.
I mean, materials are great. So Nike would never do a orange and green carrot patent, like, colorway, material way, right?
So yeah, shout out to him, because this is not just a Jordan 1. Like, honestly, the quality on these is a lot better than some of the Jordan 1s that I've.
Second favorite.
This is crazy.
So Nike would never do this, right? This is actual basketball leather. He dropped these at the tip-off of the All-Star game in February this year. Like, Nike's not doing that, right? Like, he's using this silhouette, but he's being innovative with how he's using it. I like that.
Double stitched suede.
It's bonkers. Like the
cell laces.
The insoles are thicker. Like, I think they're more comfortable than my Jordan 1s.
Nah, he's definitely not. He's definitely bringing the quality. He's not trying to play anybody or rip anybody off or. Yeah, it's similar to a Jordan, but like you said, a Jordan is similar to a pony, which is similar to a whatever. It's all the same.
Yeah,
this is beautiful.
I definitely support indie, like any artists doing like the homie out of KC, Sky DeGeneres is dropping scoops, right? Which is still a Jordan silhouette, right? He just dropped some white lows for pre-order. Of course I bought those. And he's from KC. Yeah. White dude, but he's from KC, like
straight up.
You know what I mean? He was one of the early founders of Made, I believe, too. So
okay. Shout out Made.
Shout out Made, shout out Mark, shout out Vu. Those are the people. But yeah, so like I'm always down for like if somebody's doing it at a high level like Kai or like, Sia. I don't have any Sias, but I'll probably get a pair of those at some point,
yeah, if it's at a high level, man, you gotta support it.
Yeah. Next question.
Next question.
We can do this all day. I'm here.
Okay, next question. What do you tell somebody who maybe after this they see this, they go to your YouTube page? Shout your YouTube page out.
I think you just type in Erron Jay, ERRONJAY.
Yeah. So if they go to your YouTube page, see some of your work, and they say, man, I want to get into acting.
Okay.
What do you say to somebody who wants to get into acting or just get into anything and follow their dreams?
The first step is just to do it. That's it. You can say I want to do this, but people don't do it. Like you can say I want to buy a boat, but you never buy a boat. You can say I want to buy a boat and never even look at boat prices. Because you don't know if you can buy a boat until you know how much it costs, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get into acting, music, if you want to go back to school, if you want to, I don't know, start a shoe brand, the first step is just do it. Take a step towards it. And then it's just one foot in front of the other, right? There's several different ways to get into acting. I went the route of getting formal training. So my bachelor's degree and my master's degree are both in acting and theater, right? Shout out Missouri State in Springfield.
Shout out Missouri State.
Shout out DePaul in Chicago.
Shout out DePaul.
So I went the formal route. Like I wanted to learn how to be trained. So I was trained as a stage actor, right? Which most of the greats are. Denzel, the Tom Hanks, the Julia Roberts. They were all the Viola Davis. She went to Juilliard, right? But that's not the only route to get into acting. You can take an acting class in whatever city you in. Yeah. Kansas City has acting classes. St. Louis has acting classes. There's theaters everywhere. You know, you got the KC rep, you got the Unicorn in KC, you got the Black rep in St. Louis that only does black shows by black playwrights. There's so many avenues, and I think the first thing is to take a step. Call somebody. Hit me up. Send me an email. Send me a DM. And, you know, then I'll see if I know anybody wherever you are watching this video. I'm definitely a firmly believer of putting things out in the ether. So somebody is going to start watching my boy, and, you know, over in England and in the UK and in, you know, Asia and yada, yada, yada. So wherever you are, send me a DM, and then, or send a DM to him. He'll link us up, and I'll give you some tips on how to take that first step for sure.
For sure, man. That's important. So yeah, if you're watching, you're thinking about that, you think you got it, what it takes.
Nothing's impossible.
Take that first step, man. Take that first step.
Yeah.
Another question I want to get into.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? Okay, I know it's cliche. What is your favorite Air Jordan in your collection? Because you got some crazy ones.
I mean, I feel like it's a simple choice, but see. Let me see if I can go other than
10.
If I can go off.
9, 8, 7.
Okay, I'm going off.
6.
I'm going simple choice.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because you had to do a countdown, because you can ask him this question tomorrow, and the answer may very well change.
Oh, but is it those? I gotta show those too on camera, but these are my favorites for sure. Okay. This was
Hey, you pulling them.
You already know what's out. You already know what it is.
Yes,
You already know what it is.
yes, sir.
I only worn them once.
The.
I've only worn them once. Let them see the number on the inside.
Numbered. I don't know if you can see that. We'll definitely give you some B-roll, man, of these.
So I had a homie who I'm no longer friends with, unfortunately.
Shout out to the homie. You were a good friend while
you were definitely a good friend.
Oh, wow.
Worked at Dior when these dropped, right? Knew that I like sneakers. Hit me up. She was like, hey, I know you like sneakers. We're dropping some type of Jordan tomorrow. Are you interested? I was like, you dropping Jordan at your store? And she was like, yeah. I was like, the Dior's? She was like, yeah, they're like high tops or something like that. I was like, I will cash app you money right now. She was like, they're $2,000. I was like, I know how much they are. Like, yeah. I'll send you money right now. And she was able to cop my size.
This is
right.
Super. You know, when you see it on screen, you
feel like, amazing.
$2,000. I'm not going to pay $2,000 for an Air Jordan. But let me tell you something. I mean, the quality. Man, the quality of this is crazy. That I never
shoe bags.
Never knew that the tongue was like that.
You talking extra insoles?
Wow.
It's in all of this stuff came with it. What else came in this box?
Yeah, nah, this is crazy right here for sure. And then you wear them. You know, tell people about how important it is to wear your sneakers, bro.
First of all, it's important because if you don't wear your sneakers will fall apart.
For sure.
Like, you have to wear your sneakers for everything, for the materials to continue to bond over time. If you leave sneakers in a vault like Nike did those twos that Virgil did, the off-whites, they will disintegrate. Like, off top. And they're sneakers. They're made to be worn. Shoes for the feet. What is it? What's that guy on Instagram I follow? Shoes for the feet. It ain't that deep, right? Put them on. They go on the ground. You can clean them.
Yeah. There's
several people cleaning and re-icing soles now.
Shout out KC sneaker line.
There you go.
That put you back together.
Because do you remember we used to wear our 11s because we didn't want the soles to get right? Or like back in my day, I'm older than you, so back in my day we'd like throw them in the freezer because we thought that helped keep the soles.
People had all kinds of
like so. My mom would come home. She's like, "Why are your sneakers in the freezer?" I'm like, "Oh, because of the soles, Mom. I wore them to school today." She's like, take them out of my freezer, right? With the food, right? But yeah, I mean, their shoes, man, it just ain't that deep.
Yeah.
It just ain't that deep. Man, you get a shoe bag for each sneaker.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, this is one of the craziest for sure. Number 2,888 of 8,500. So,
I had to do, so I wore these for the first time in Vegas at a fashion week. And like, dude was like, man, I would buy those from you for $6,000 right now. I was like, really? First of all, I'm not gonna go barefooted at this event. Second of all, $6,000. You're offering me $6,000 because they're on foot. I could still probably easily. First of all, this is a 14.
Yeah.
I could probably get 17, even though that I wore them once.
Yeah.
Show them the soul so they can know that I wore them.
Yeah.
Like they've been
Wear
worn.
your sneakers.
They've been worn.
Wear your sneakers, man.
But I got to show you another favorite though.
Let's see
It's
it.
also a KC shout out. It's also a Hypebeast shout out. It's a custom. Oh dang! I got another favorite Air Max I need to show you too though.
Come on, man.
Oh,
Let's
I
do
should've
it. We here. We here.
So these, shout out to Big Red Sneakerhead. I need to get some actual official pictures.
Shout out Big Red Sneakerhead, man. I met homie at what was that? Hypemania. I met homie, real cool dude,
Look at
man.
these.
Real cool dude. He is a genius. I told him there he's a genius, and I still feel that way.
How crazy are those? Look at that leather.
Yeah, he's. I didn't know it was people right in KC doing work like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is good. Look at the string.
The leather laces. Show them the stars on the sole, on the toe box. Crazy.
So
Yeah,
what
hit 'em up.
was the base?
The base was those
I
Jordan
think I know.
1, the coach, what's it called? My first coach or something like that. They were like pink and baby blue. It was the cheapest Jordan 1 I could find. Because all he needed was the sole.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All he needed was the sole. And then I think this is still the same sole, but I think he aged it. Because the sole on those were white.
And what's this?
So I think that's his logo. I'm pretty sure that's his logo.
These are crazy, bro.
Big Red, like, let us know what your logo means. I actually don't know what your logo means.
Crazy right here, though.
Like, the quality is bonkers.
Quality is there, man.
And so I gave him
That's special.
free reign. I was like, man, just do what you want to do. You know, he knew orange
Military
and green
vibes.
are one of my favorite colors. Yeah.
That interior is so crazy. That lining.
Yeah, so I'll have to
Peep
drop that
lining.
unboxing video.
Yeah, these are
So
crazy.
those, and then my other favorite Air Max, which I almost
Shout
forgot,
out
bro,
Big Red Sneakerhead.
are these. We didn't even get into this story yet.
Let's get into it.
So these look like Air Maxes, right? So these are customs by the homie Salinas down in San Antonio in Dwankles. I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right. But if you find them on Instagram, ridiculous. So the laces say just got it, not just do it, right? So it's an Air Max, but it's an Air Max Sakai, like, link up. So you see everything's double like a Sakai, right? And so he did these for me. And then, so I got a kidney transplant. That's why I was in KC for like the last year and a half.
Okay.
And the homie put the transplant ribbon on there and the kidney recipient on the tongue.
Crazy. This
Bonkers.
is crazy. Let me just make sure they see that.
Yeah, he killed these. Yeah, these are probably.
This is nice.
These
I know this is near and dear to your heart for
are.
sure.
They are. Either, so they may not be my favorites, but I think they're my most sentimental pair. For
Okay.
sure. For sure.
Laces are crazy too. Just got
Just
it.
got it?
Ah, that's
Right.
That's so,
Like, I don't even know where he found those at.
wow.
I don't even know where he found them at.
Wow, man. That's beautiful,
Yeah.
bro.
Shout out to the HypebeastKC fam. Like, y'all didn't even really know that I was sick when I was in KC when I joined the group, right? So I've been a part of the group almost 2 years.
Okay. Probably about the same here, probably.
So it was kind of what kept me kind of going while I was in KC. I was going through dialysis 3 days a week, 4 hours a day, just hoping for a kidney, like hoping to get a kidney transplant. Because I wanted to continue to live, but like every day I would like log into Facebook while I was in dialysis, and I would see what y'all was talking about on the group, you know, and see the sneakers people were posting and the camaraderie, and then I became friends with a lot of people through the group. You know, I got really close to Kenzie, you know, one of the founders. I was already friends
Shout
with
out
Calhoun.
Kenzie the GOAT.
Kenzie is the GOAT.
No question about it.
Like,
and I don't know her personally. I just know, just like you said, just from
Kenzie's the GOAT.
just seeing the.
Like, Kenzie hit on these for me. She's the GOAT.
Shout out Kenzie the GOAT. Let's shout a couple people out from the group, man. Who you
Yeah, well, let's start
you
with
just would
Wiz.
like to shout out.
Let's start with Wizard.
Shout Wizard out for sure.
Kenzie the GOAT.
Kenzie the GOAT. Boom.
Calhoun.
Shout out Calhoun.
The other Christopher Thomas.
The other Christopher Thomas. Not the other Christopher Thomas, but it's A and B. You know, I don't want to call the other because respect to Christopher Thomas.
Why don't we call them? Why don't we call them White Christopher and Black Christopher? Why don't we do that?
Why don't we just keep it real and do that?
Yeah.
Shout out White Chris.
Shout out Black.
Shout out Black Chris. For sure. Shout out my brother Cheers.
Cheers.
Shout out my brother Cheers.
I would shout out Bo, but like Bo's a scoundrel, bro. Like Bo's probably my biggest hater.
Y'all love-hate relationship is something fun to watch on.
Yeah, you know, but like I feel like I think Bo needs therapy.
You think he can benefit from therapy?
I think he benefit from therapy. I think Bo needs a lot of things. He needs love. He needs hugs.
Everyone needs love.
If anybody's near Bo right now, in case he hug him,
shout out Bo.
But Bo did help me get. Hey Bo, which one did you help me get?
Shout out my brother Ron Dunn too. He's that's a good dude.
Oh,
y'all
like Ron
everybody,
too.
Man. Shout out everybody. That's what I really, again, man. Like
Bo, you did do this, Bo. So I appreciate you.
That's a good look.
I love you, but I don't love you.
I think it's because I'm in a few different groups, right? And this group, I think, shout out to the mods and the admins.
Everybody, yeah.
They do a great job.
Shout out to the top sellers.
Shout out top sellers.
Shout out to the people that I assist that actually follow through. Because there's some scoundrels on the group that don't follow through when I throw assist. So.
There's definitely a few scoundrels out there. There's definitely a few, you know, but we're not going to even highlight them. We're going to highlight all of the love that I see in the group.
Yeah.
All of the people posting, interacting. Again, I know a lot of these people, and I don't even know these people. So,
but you feel like you know.
I feel like I do, and it's genuine. It's genuine. So,
yeah.
You know, you can tell a lot about a person by what shoes he wears. So shout out to the group, man, for sure.
You see him in the back. Y'all see y'all.
Yeah, so that's big, man. Glad you touched on that, man. Your battles with health. We certainly glad that you.
Oh yeah, we
got
good now.
That.
Yeah,
we're good now. You still here with us kicking, and just talk about. You know, I saw a piece from a young lady that she wrote about you, and it said that one of the things you're most happy about is your second chance at life. And I think there's somebody out there that's listening. They might be waiting on a transplant, or they might be waiting on something, or.
I think, man.
Let's talk about that second chance and how much that inspired you to.
It makes you see things different, right? Because you know, like I went through a whole life of seeing things one way, right? And I thought I was, you know, that way was my way. That was my right way. And then when you find out that it could all be taken from you, it's like, oh, what do I do now? And then you get that second chance. Huge shout out to Amy Kinney, friend I grew up with.
Shout out Amy.
She's the one that donated her kidney to somebody else so I can get a kidney. Nice. It was like a 3-team swap.
Wow.
Like her kidney didn't even come to me. Right, that's how much she loves me, and I love her. Like I loved her prior to, but you know, I love her for the rest of my life. Right.
That's huge, man.
And just to know that there's people out there that'll do that type of stuff, right? There's people out there, you know, like I have friends with, you know, cancer, and there's people out there that will sit with them, you know, through an entire chemo session, right? Like, I get to see the good in everything now, and that's what I choose to try to see. Yeah. I try to see the good in everything, hence to share, get these smiles, and I try not to bring negativity, like, in my home, you know, like. Even if it's like we watching a game, right, and we start talking about who's the GOAT, right, because that's a popular conversation that always comes up. That conversation can get heated sometimes.
For sure, it's close to religion and politics.
I'll legit stop that conversation, like, yo, it's getting too negative. Like, y'all can go outside and continue that negative conversation, but we got to keep it positive. This is my space, right?
Energy is big.
Energy is big. I sage all the time. I got sage in my truck. Like, because I'm driving to LA every day, right? It ain't nothing but negativity on these roads. It's crazy. But yeah, having a second chance, like I'm just telling myself, yes, do things. Like I'm going places by myself. I went to that the Kai pop-up by myself. Yeah. I went to that.
Man, I wish I was here on the road with you for sure, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back too.
Air Max Day event. I went to that by myself. Shout out to LA Airheads. Great people. They do an event every Air Max Day. And it's always huge. DJ, some of the biggest sneakerheads in the game, Afro Kicks, who has probably, I would say, if not the biggest, got to be the second or third largest Air Force One collection.
Oh yeah.
In the world.
Wow.
Like legit.
Mayor.
Like legit in the world.
So
Afro
you think
Kicks.
it's one mayor or you think he did sell a lot of stuff too, but just Afro Kick. Shout out Afro
Kicks up there.
Shout out Afro Kick.
Afro Kicks up there. Oh, I'll connect you with Afro Kicks. Maybe you can interview him before you leave.
Please connect me with Afro Kicks. What?
Hassan is really good people. Sneeds by Reed. If y'all
Sneeds. Shout out Sneeds by Reed.
Sneeds?
Bob's Burger.
Yes.
I don't know Sneeds personally, but I just watched. I'm just
He's
shout
the
out
homie.
Sneeds by Reed.
He's the homie too now.
I just like when I see just young black brothers doing great things.
Yeah,
bro.
he's working on a new Spider-Man now.
Wow.
The Miles Morales one.
Okay. Wow.
Yep.
Shout out Sneeds by Reed.
Check out the Sneeds comic strip. First sneaker comic, right? I think maybe it's still the only sneaker comic that's really like big in the industry. So yeah, I went to that, met some dope people. Second chance, I'm just trying to tell myself, yes, I want to do some more traveling. I want to, travel the world. I want to, go to Europe. I got friends in Europe. I want to see Ghana. Like I got my grandfather's side apparently was from Ghana.
Yeah.
I never met any of them. I'm sure they're probably not here anymore, but I want to go.
Yeah, see
see my roots. And my mother lives in Miami, and she works for a resort. She's the vice president of a resort in Bimini, Bahamas. Probably one of my favorite destinations. It's a small island in the Bahamas. If y'all ain't never heard of Bimini, go to Bimini. It's only 7 miles long, tip to tip. But some of the nicest people you'll ever meet are in Bimini, Bahamas. Martin Luther King wrote 2 of his speeches in Bimini.
Okay.
Bimini's there's crazy history there too. So shout out Bimini.
Shout out Bimini.
Somebody's at the doorbell. Don't mind that. Actually, it may be Kamal or somebody.
Pause real quick.
Pause real quick. Let's see what it is. Maybe you can get an actual star on camera real quick.
I already got one.
I appreciate that.
Break.
346 minutes later.
So yeah, man, if you out there, man, you're going through something, you went through it, you got through it, take advantage of your second chance as well, man.
Yeah.
There is a such thing as second chances. Yo, man, I definitely appreciate you being so giving and sharing. I think people are gonna really enjoy this.
Appreciate you too, man.
One thing I want to know. I know, like me, when I feel like it's gonna be one of those days at work, or it's that Monday morning, I don't want to get up. I don't really want to. I gotta get my mind going and try to motivate myself. I go to like certain sneakers, and so I might wear something bright if I'm feeling a little down or something that day. Tell me, what is one of your go-to sneakers for a day when you just need that extra motivation to give them these smiles and just to keep going and just to keep, like you said, putting one foot after the other, man, and just keep stepping, man. What's one shoe that you go to, like, just to brighten your day?
I have a couple of those, but I'm probably gonna say,
I ain't even gonna give you the countdown on this.
okay. I'm choosing between 2 pair right now.
Let's see the section you're looking in.
What makes people smile the most? That's what really, like, when I see other people smile, like, it really helps me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably the Frag Lows.
Boom. Okay. Let's get them out.
It's something about when you see a big black dude walking around with pink laces that makes people smile.
And again, people, wear your shoes.
Wear them. I had soul protectors on these and I almost slipped and busted my ass. And so I just took them off. I was like, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, this is definitely a fun one.
It's a great shoe, man. Like, it's comfortable too. But yeah, anytime I wear this shoe, like, people of all races, all creeds, they always say something. They always like, oh, I like your shoes. And I think it's because of the pink laces.
Definitely eye-catching.
Yeah. wasn't these, but I had on the mocha highs, Trav highs, right? Cactus highs, and this white guy, really nice guy. I've met him like 3 times now. He was like, "Oh my God, I love your shoes," right? And I was like, "Oh, thanks, I appreciate it, man." He was like, "Yeah, he's a fantastic player." And in my mind, I'm thinking he's thinking Jordan, right? And I was like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "I think he's the GOAT, like off top." He was like, "The GOAT." He's like, "Oh, it's pretty early to be saying the GOAT." I'm like, wait, does he think Travis plays basketball? Because I'm just maybe he knows, maybe he knows the collab, right? And I was like, why would you say it's too early? He was like, calling Giannis the GOAT already?
Giannis.
And I was like, the backwards swoosh.
Oh.
And I was like, no, this is not a Giannis. This is a Jordan, Travis Scott collab. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's a sound dude. He works in the industry too. He's like, I thought those are, Giannis, he has a backward swoosh on his shoes. I was like, he does technically have a backward swoosh. I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
Giannis does backward swooshes.
You know who started the backward swoosh?
Who? KD? No.
Dennis Rodman.
Oh, you are right.
So shout out to Dennis.
You are right.
But yeah, this is crazy.
But yeah, so I think these bring me a lot of energy, a lot of smiles. I'll usually wear pink when I wear these. So like pink hat or a pink shirt or something.
Yeah.
With these, because I think it's only right. But yeah, these bring me a lot of smiles.
That's what's up, man. Again, man, I just wanted to kind of showcase you, man, and again, for just all the love that you show people. I see you assisting people like your name is John Stockton. So
hey,
show love, man. I want people to continue. Make sure y'all show this brother love, man. And
show this brother love. Subscribe below, because you're supposed to do that.
Make sure you subscribe.
And like share. Don't just subscribe, but share. Like that's what really helps content creators. Like, get the word out. Like people gotta hit that share button. It takes 3 seconds.
3 seconds, man. It's free to. It costs no money to pay respect and to show love. You know what I mean? So before we get out of here, man, I always like to ask people to just give somebody to the viewers. Again, I'm sure somebody out there who just needs a little uplifting. Maybe they going through something. Maybe they. This one. I'm not sure if he was a young guy. He hit me one time in the YouTube comments. He's like, or maybe in some socials. He's like, man, I'm trying to have a wall like yours. I said, replace that trying with going to. I'm going to have a wall like yours, and it happened. So. Give me just one motivational quote or just one jewel, that you would tell somebody, and let's we can kind of wrap this.
So my grandmother, God rest her soul, Grandma Ruby, she would always tell me, this is like one of her most epic things she would always say. She said a lot of epic things. Like grandmothers always had the best quotes. For sure. Right? 'Cause they've been through it. They've seen a lot of life. So she would always tell me, I want to get the quote right. Always take the time to feel when you need to feel like feeling is what you need to feel.
Say that again for me real quick. Let's let that sink in, people.
Always take the time to feel when you need to feel like feeling is what you need to feel.
Break that down for me. That's deep.
Right? Right? It's pretty much just saying like, it's okay to feel. It's okay to have emotions. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be mad, right? Those are all feelings that we go through. It's okay to be sad. Take that time that you need to feel those things, right? Because sometimes we'll bottle things up. We'll bottle happiness up. We'll bottle sadness up. We'll bottle grief up, right? Then at some point, that bottle's going to get filled up and then it'll come out.
It'll explode.
And so she always told me, like, she's like, whatever you need to feel, when you need to feel. Like, take that time. No, nobody cares.
That's great advice, man.
And I think that can go on so many, that can go on somebody passing away, or you losing a job, or you get a job and you're super happy about, and because sometimes you get a job and you'll come to something. Oh, I heard you got a new little job. Like, well, my job got to be a new little job, right? I'm happy about my job, so I'm gonna take the time to be happy about my job. You ain't gotta be happy.
That's important, man.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, man. Like I said, I'm glad I got to come out here and kick it with you. I was actually supposed to come out here with another one of my partners. He's dealing with some things, death in the family. So shout out to you, Super Dave, man, for sure. Prayers up to you. And that's real, man. Take time to feel what you need to feel, man. And really, it's a process. It's all important. You gotta laugh.
One foot in front of the other.
You gotta cry. It's a cycle. You know, it is a process, man. You gotta be able to cry. Get that out of you. Got to be able to laugh, man. It's a great release of energy, both ways. So, shout out Super Dave, man. Shout out to you, homie. I appreciate you for having me, man. Shout out HypebeastKC.
Shout out.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy Wizard.
Your boy Erron Jay.
We out of here, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.